before. She's got class written all over her.
She certainly has, Pete. She was the champion 3-year-old from last season. She's got to be a chance here. There's only a couple of little worries, barrier 13 and the 59 kilos, but maybe her class can carry her through.
Don't worry if she gets back, because she will be back near the tail of the field, I'd suggest, but she does fly home. And number 2 is Skywatch, trained by Jack Denham up at Rose Hill, ridden by Greg Hall, and finished 4th at Moonee Valley behind Centile last time, but did receive a bit of a check in the early stages and ran on pretty well.
Yeah, she was virtually stopped in her tracks there at Moonee Valley, and it was a pretty good effort because she still ran on towards the finish. In the mounting yard, she does look very fit as well.
Bon Pressure, number 3, ridden by Simon Marshall, and I just got the feeling she might need it a bit longer than 1600.
You could be right, Pete. I like her as a mare. I think she's a terrific mare because she's so honest, and I just gave her a chance in this race.
Number 4 is Centile. Stephen King's in the saddle here. Won last start. That was last week at Moonee Valley. Sat in the box seat all the way, but does rise 4 kilos here.
Yes, I think that's quite significant too, Pete. I think she might be looking for something just a little bit easier than this today.
Sedately is my pick in the race, Jen, number 7, for the reasons we spoke about before, and she really was lucky to stay on her feet in that race at Caulfield.
Was she ever? She really did want to finish a lot closer, and she should have won or, you know, definitely finished second, but yeah, she's got a very good chance in this race.
Well, your tip is Noble Lotto, number 11, to be ridden by Larry Cassidy. Finished 3 lengths from Durbridge 2 runs back, so that's pretty good form going into a race like this.
It is. That was over 1,400 metres, 1,600 metres here today, and I really do think Flemington will suit her. You can see her there. She's really not that much to look at, this mare, but she's all heart, and she'll be getting back and she'll be flying home towards the end.
And probably the other chance at some sort of odds, number 14, Fajito, trained by Bart Cummings, ridden by Grant Cooksley, and they've taken the blinkers off her today.
Yes, at Caulfield at her last start, she was fairly handy, but she did weaken over the last 100 metres, and I think possibly a place chance at best there.
OK, Jen, sum up race 2, the Hardy Brothers Classic for us.
Well, I think Noble Lotto might be able to get back and come home with a whirlwind finish. I've tipped her to win from number 7, Sedately, because Sedately, you know, as we said, was very unlucky last start at Caulfield, but just at the odds, Noble Lotto from Sedately and Bon Pressure, number 3.
And Sedately, number 7, that one there is the one for me, that 4-year-old mare, and I think she'll win, but Arborea will be getting home hard at the end of the race, and she'll run a big race for you. Time to find out now what tote punters have made of race 2. Here's Dan Malecki with a tote call.
Arborea $3.80 for the win, and at that price it is the favourite. Skywatch at $5.90, Bon Pressure 18, Centile 16, Delgaris 63, Diversify 40, Sedately at $4.50, Clicko $33.40, was placed at Moonee Valley last week. Number 9 is Go Go Doll, $14.50. My Rochi Rose, $65. Horse 11 is Noble Lotto, well in commission, $7.90. Hospitable at $59. Perdido, $16.10. Summer Alert, $132. Tristera, $32.80. And number 17, Washington Babe, is at $166.60. That's the win dividend on offer for Washington Babe, horse number 17, making her the rank outsider of the field. The ends of the scratching, and that's the scene as they leave the mounting enclosure heading to the stalls for the listed Hardy Brothers Classic.
So Arborea, the favourite from Sedately, and this race again over 1,600 metres. Let's take a look at the course they'll plot, starting over there by the river. And again, they want to get a position. Wide barriers can be a distinct disadvantage here unless you've got early speed, because you can be caught out wide around that long sweeping bend, and then the 450-metre run in here at Flemington. And there are the tips. I've gone for Sedately. Jenny Chapman likes Noble Lotto, and both Letzi and Roy Higgins have also selected Sedately here in race number 2 on the card. And they're going down to the stalls now. Tremendous scene here at Flemington. The crowd building up for the opening day of the carnival as we draw ever closer to the running of the big race today, and that is the AAMI Victoria Derby at 2:45. We'll take a break and be back here at headquarters very shortly. Notes are behind the stalls for the second race on the program, a listed race over 1,600 metres, the Hardy Brothers Classic. And the barrier attendants are about to load them into the gates here. Number 13, Leanza, is the scratching. Tristera here will be ridden by Alfie Matthews. A. Matthews aboard number 16, Tristera in race 2. And there's also a riding change in the third event on the card. Simon Marshall has been replaced aboard Wall Street by Shane Dye. So race 3, number 8, RS Dye. I think Terry Kennedy might be standing by down there in the betting ring. Terry, this will be a wide open race. Any money for anything?
Peter, it's been a fantastic betting race. Arborea has been well back. The top weight, Skywatch has also been well backed, as had Sertera. But the big news is Go-Go Doll is probably the worst result for bookmakers. There's been one bet laid of $50,000 to $3,500. Pete, it wasn't me. Was it you?
It certainly wasn't me, Terry. No, I can't talk about that sort of money, but I believe that you've got it, so it could very well be Terry Kennedy. We'll be able to tell if he's got a smile on his face when we cross down to him before the third. Well, they're moving in well, as you see. There's Arborea, the top one, and she's a little bit up on her toes out behind the gates there, and they'll call an attendant over. The clerk of the course just giving her a lead up. But she's an experienced racehorse, and when she settles down, she'll be okay. She'll move into the stalls without too many problems there. And they'll have about 8 or 10 barrier attendants over there under the directorship of Kevin Blackmore, just loading these horses up into the gates, and there you can see them, bringing them forward, just calming them down. They'll walk into the stalls with them, just give them a pat, settle them down, and then everything will be in readiness for a start. Dan, before they jump, let's have a last-minute tote call.
Arborea is still favoured, $3.90. Skywatch, $6. Down to Sedately, still very much in commission at $4.50. And over the page, Go-Go Doll has been given a chance at good each-way figures around the $15 mark on the tote. Last one to come up, My Roachy Rose. Gary Willits, your tip?
Well, I've gone away from the favourites. I've gone for number 16, Tristera. She's bred well enough to win anything.
My Roachy Rose goes in, and the field set for a start now. Race 2, the Hardy Brothers Classic for the mares over the mile. And they're off and racing. And one of the best horses to jump away, Tristera, over to the inside. Perdido got out well and diversifies up looking for the lead in the early part. Centile is going to race forward today. Then Hospitable moving up to second. Clico also going forward. So Diversify settles down in front of Hospitable, wanting to pull and reef a bit. And Clico goes around the outside. Going forward, Go-Go Doll is prominent. It gets to fourth and improving. Perdido fifth, the inside of Centile. They were followed by Tristera racing midfield. A length away, Skywatch, and then came Washington Bay, buried on the inside of Sedately. Followed by Bon Prechot, who's just up in front of then. My Roachy Rose was 3 wide. Delgara fourth last on the inside of Noble Otto, and 1.5 to the favourite Arborea on the outside of Summer Alert. About 10 lengths covers first from last as they go to the 800-metre point. And Clico on top. Clico a length to Go-Go Doll. Diversified third. Hospitable was fourth. Then Perdido, followed by Centile, Bon Prechot, Tristera over on the inside. My Roachy Rose was out wide, tracked by Noble Otto, and then came Arborea, who's gone back to last on the home turn, and Washington Bay just in front of it with Sedately. Into the straight now, 500 to go, and Clico the leader. Go-Go Doll second placing, Diversified third. Then came Hospitable, wide out Bon Prechot and Centile running into it strongly. Washington Bay getting up on the rail, Perdido lost a spot. Tristera running on and further out on the track, Sedately joining in. At the 250, Centile into the lead. Bon Prechot coming in at Tristera, can't get a clear run, and here's Sedately. Arborea late down the outside, Sedately goes to Bon Prechot. Sedately and Bon Prechot are bob and go. I think Sedately, but it's very close. Sedately, Bon Prechot and Centile close up on the rails. Arborea never in it, but it did make up ground on the last furlong to run fourth. Then came Noble Otto, followed by Tristera. Didn't have luck at the 200. Back behind those, Clico, and then came Go-Go Doll, Diversify. Followed in by Skywatch, never a chance. My Roachy Rose, followed by Hospitable, Perdido, and Washington Bay was pulled up near the tail. Thrilling finish.
A great finish, Dan, and there was a lot of unlucky runs in that race coming up the straight, especially the one that I fancy, Tristera. She had no luck at all. I definitely think she should have been right in the finish. But I think you've called it correctly. I think Sedately got the money.
Number 7, the winner, Sedately, has got up, and a thrilling go. It was a great finish, 3 horses fighting it out. And a tremendous go. There'll only be short half heads between the 3 of them. But number 7, the winner, Gary, Sedately, and it was a clever ride by Patrick Payne. He knows how to rate this filly, or this mare. She's got a wonderful record, hasn't she?
Tremendous.
10 wins now from what, 17 starts. So that's a great
right.
record.
And if you ever saw a good thing beat last start at Caulfield, well, she was the one. She just had no luck at all.
And it's a photo for second and third between 3 Bon Prechot and 4 Centile. John Letts is on horseback, and he has the winning rider. He's certainly the toast of the tote punters around Melbourne, Patrick Payne.
Patrick, a great win by Sedately. Come from a long way back today. Yeah, she did come from a fair way back. I was actually going to ride her a little bit closer, but I don't know, she's in the first sort of 200 metres or so. She didn't show a hell of a lot of speed. And I just sort of had her where she's travelling, which I think suits me. Yeah, and Patrick, the other day at Caulfield, she was a very unlucky horse. She was just inside of you and got a bad check about the 200 metres and looked very unlucky, but today, good clear run on her.
Yeah, she was unlucky the other day and possibly should have won, but today she had a nice clear run and won well.
Patrick, you've been very lucky with the, or not lucky, but you've ridden them very well with the Ricky Bruin trained horses from Mount Gambier in South Australia. Always produces the horses very well, doesn't he? He's a very good trainer, and when he comes across his horses, run very well, and it's been great. For the rest of the carnival, good luck in the big one as well. Thanks a lot.
John Letts.
Well done. Yeah, Johnny Letts down there with Paddy Payne aboard sedately, and we're just waiting for trainer Ricky Bruin to come back. Well, what a thrilling finish that was. Well called, Dan Malicki. Sedately on the outside, just getting up by probably the barest possible margin over Centile, which fought back strongly. Third placing going to Bon Prasher, and Arborea rattling home to run into fourth spot with number 11, Noble Otto, in fifth placing. Time there, 1:37.6, and that is actually 3.6 seconds outside the record. There's the head-on shot. You'll notice there, as Gary Willits mentioned, there was a bit of crowding, and I noticed Gary was quite right. As they came past us, Tristera certainly did have quite a bit of crowding, Alfie Matthews, and she didn't have a lot of room over the closing stages, and she might be one to follow, Tristera. But all honest with the winner, she was very unlucky last time, sedately, and this time she's made amends in winning from Centile and Bon Prasher. And Ricky Bruin, the trainer, is with us now. Ricky, congratulations. That was a heart-stopping finish.
It very was. My situation didn't think she'd won, but I was past the post, so the angle must have favoured her.
Were you confident going into the race after that run she had at Caulfield? She just had no luck at all.
No, none at all. And if she'd got through, she probably would have won that and had the perfect record. So you had to be very confident.
She got back a bit today, but she certainly ran on very well. She looks as though she might get a bit further.
No, I think that'll see her out a mile. She got back when she won here last start over the 1400, so we decided to ride her that way again.
A few happy people in Mount Gambier today?
I think there'd be very many. Tab would be paying out well, I think.
Ricky, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Ricky Bruin, the winning trainer here in the second event, was sedately placing 7, 4 and 3 time, 1:37.6. We'll take a break as the winner is unsettled now and be back with all the information on the Hardy Brothers Classic on the other side of this commercial break.
Here we are, back at the weigh-in, and those of you who don't watch racing too much, that's the ritual. Those of you who know racing, you'll know it's absolutely essential because Mr. Lawler needs the correct weight, and he announces that, and that means we can pay you some money. Again, this is the Victorian dividend for one Oxford scholar. Danny Malicki, it's over to you.
Sedately the winner in a thrilling finish too, and I'm sure a popular result. $4.50 for the winner, $1.80 for the place, and this mare was just so unlucky last start at Caulfield. Centile paid $4.80 the place, and Bon Prasher $4.60 the place. Both those mares racing in great heart. Quinella $41.10, the trifecta $708.50, and the race-to-race double, a big one as you would well expect, with a 50-to-1 winner in the first leg, $391.90. The race-to-race doubles in Melbourne, races 1 and 2, that dividend $391.90. So some big results, but a more popular result as far as the winner was concerned, sedately.
And there is sedately, and she's a nice, big, solid, strong mare, and that was a good win. Very courageous one indeed in the Hardy Brothers Classic, and she gets to wear the colours of Australia. Green and gold rug there. Of course, all the rugs look great. And there's a big crowd in the betting ring. Let me tell you, when I cross back to Peter Donegan, he'll be able to give you a better idea, but looking out my window here, it looks like an enormous Derby Day crowd on what is a beautiful day. But for the moment, down to the presentations, here's our MC, Rob Gaylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hardy Brothers Classic, a listed race. May I introduce to you the chairman of Hardy Brothers, Mr. John McKinney.
Thank you. His Excellency the Administrator, Mr. Premier, Chairman of the Victorian Racing Club, distinguished guests, Hardy Brothers of Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, makers and suppliers of the Melbourne Cup, are pleased to be associated with the VRC for this famous spring racing carnival. 4 weeks ago, Hardy Brothers sponsored the Hardy Brothers Prelude here at Flemington, when one of the first 4 horses, if they won today, would take out a bonus prize of $25,000 worth of jewellery. Well, he got it, which is I'm very pleased to thank or congratulate Ricky Bruin and his wife. Ricky's the trainer and the owner of sedately. It was a close finish. And I made out 2 gift certificates, one for the bonus and one for an extra bit for the trophy. And I thought maybe one would be able to stay in my pocket, but it's not going to, is it? So, Ricky, congratulations, and to the VRC for a magnificent carnival, the start of 4 lovely days. Thank you.
Yes, and the start of some lovely days for Ricky too. 25 grand's worth of jewellery to go along with that beautiful trophy. For a very good win indeed. It was a great finish. There it is. And there's Sedately. Got her ears pricked back. That is a great finish and showing tremendous amount of courage as she pounces to the line. Well, Peter, as I cross down to you, I just mentioned that out my window there looks like to be a very big, enthusiastic and cheerful crowd, but you're closer to them. A lot of people in.
Yeah, certainly from our point of view, Tim, it looks as though the crowd is very big and they were thrilled by that finish. Look at that. That is shaping up as a triple dead heat as they get near the line with over on the inside Centile, Bonprecheur the middle and Sedately just getting her head out on the line, and that was the right time to collect that $25,000 bonus and also the $45,000 in prize money. And there is the scene looking from the turnout of the straight towards the hill stand on the left and the members' enclosure in the middle, and it is a very good Derby Day crowd. And we've had overcast conditions, but it's been a very pleasant day. And we've got Sedately up there in the second gen, so let's move on to the third, the Victoria Racing Club Stakes. Only a small field of 9, but gee, it's an open race.
It sure is, Pete. There's a lot of horses that have got chances here. I particularly like number 9, Devaraja. It's only had the one start, this horse.